Well, I guess this is part 3 of the AT setup series, I suppose. I got this huge memory expansion board in the mail today. It's supposed to be 2.5 megabytes. It's not 16-bit, but considering that's 2.5 megabytes, I'm kind of going off what the seller said is for mainly AT style machines. I'm hoping it will work. I'm not sure what the dip switches are supposed to be set to. I'll probably look it up first before I go and stick this in here. But yeah, it's not guaranteed to work, especially considering LGR's last video on his memory upgrade shenanigans, trying to get that shit to work. So if this doesn't work the way I want it to and fill up that last 128K of base memory on my AT, then this could always go towards an XT tier machine, XT class machine that I know I will eventually have, considering my habits with buying too many old computers. So let's look this thing up, I suppose. 1985, huh? Old. Well, the only thing related I could find about this was instructions for a quad board, and this is not a quad board. This does not have a real-time clock on it, or any of that other fancy features. This appears to just be a memory board. All the dip switches are off. I don't know if that's normal, but since I can't really find any documentation for this thing, I guess the best course of action is just to shove it in the computer and see what happens. I like doing that. That's the best way to find things out. Also the best way to ruin things. Alright, now that I got all the crap off my pretty fancy, shiny, clean AT here. Look at that big old power supply. Anyway, now that I got all that cleared out, we can install the board. I did install a Ethernet adapter right here to use that glorious program known as MTCP. It works great. Anyway, when you turn this thing on, you gotta keep your eyes clear. I don't know if that's just dirt or if something's disintegrating on these capacitors, but if something blows up, I don't want to be in firing range. My camera sucks. Another cool thing is just how clean this thing is. It's pretty immaculate, if you ask me. Doesn't look like the contacts have been used that much either. Oh, I don't know, I can barely see. It's not very lined in here. Oh, it's been used, that's for sure. Anyway, let's pop this giant thing in here. I guess I picked a slot with the least amount of obstruction there for this little dealy bopper that I could just break off if I need to anyway. Holy crap, this is a full-length card. And it's going to take 2 hands to get in here, maybe. Nope. Fits like a glove, I suppose. Maybe. Ooh, I think I'm hitting a... Where's my flashlight? There it is. Wow. Whoops. You keep this thing's magnet away from my giant hard drive. Yeah, it looks like that card isn't really going into its hole like it's supposed to, like I thought. There we go. Alright, before I screw this thing down, let's plug it in and see what happens. Also, I got this little thing here. You can mess around with that in a second. Uh-oh. There it is. Most likely, this computer's going to throw a fit once I turn it on. And that is a-okay. Okay, so for convenience sake, we have the monitor switch to B. Let's turn this thing on already. And let's hide behind cover. Ow. Shoot, I'm sitting on my back plate over here. Oh joy. Whoop, let me just actually point the camera at what we're supposed to be looking at here. Well, let's hope this thing doesn't blow up. Kapow. No, we only got 512 megs. Or K megs. That would be an absurd amount for this computer. Well, it's not even noticing it, huh? Well, let's play with some switches, I guess, shall we? It didn't throw a fit. I don't really like playing with dip switches without knowing what they do. But there really is no identification for this card, so let's just do one at a time. See if that changes anything. Oh. This is going to be something else. Oh, I didn't do shit. What I don't want to do is power that drive on and off so much. Buzzy buzzy buzz. Alright. Hear that thing spinning down some more. Oh. Alright. I guess more online searching will have to be done. Although, I'm pretty sure this looks like two of the same kind of, like, wonder if, on the quad board, there's only one bank of switches, but also on that board there is, I think only one bank of RAM. So, since this thing has two banks of RAM, I'm guessing this first dip switch here is for this bank here, this one's for this bank here. I wonder if I can just use those settings from the other board on this one. Yeah, I'll try and dig that up real quick. Well, here we go, another try. I set the dip switches on the first bank towards, well, I guess what they would be on a quad board. Although there are switches on that thing set for, or made for setting the gamepad and all that, but it's worth a shot. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. No, I still got 512K and no fit throwing. We have no label. I would like to disconnect the hard drive, but the thing with that though is that the power supply probably won't start up. Let's go for it, whatever. I don't want to be abusing that. No. For the sake of memory here. So what we got here? I wonder if we got things wrong. I think my 0 degrees might have something. Oops. Alright, so with various fiddling, I finally got it to read fucking camera. Seriously? I update Android and this is what I get. Also dumps all my memory. Anyway, so I finally got to read 640K somehow, after fiddling with the dip switches a little bit. And, yeah, well, that's 640K. Now where's the rest of it? But if I just get 640K, that's really all that I need. I don't really need anything above that, but you know, it'd be nice if I could boot it up and see all this this fancy dip memory showing up on my monitor. So and basically all I did is flip up these 3 switches here after goofing with it a little bit. Wonder if I could eventually get it to show up with more. But with 16 different switches, I couldn't sit here and fiddle with all of them just forever. Because, you know, 16 bits, there's like 65,000 different combinations you can have these things in, and it's too much for one man and one AT to handle here. I'd probably end up cycling the power on this thing so much that I'd end up killing it. You can definitely see the slowdown when it hits that expansion memory. This expansion memory must be really slow. Let's see here. Well, it's running on the 8-bit bus, so I wonder what would happen if I just turn those off and then turn these 3 on. Yeah. What do I get anymore? Or I could get absolutely nothing. That's another option. That must be messing with the first 16K of RAM or whatever. That causes a computer to absolutely not boot at all. And that's not really what I want to do. You know, that is good enough for now. Let's go get our setup disk. Oh, my setup disk, okay. What a disaster zone. Not to dig into there. Now that I got this cool stuff here, well, specifically this manual book, I can go ahead and reconnect my drives, since I won't be wearing them out much for a while. If I can reach that Molex, there we go. If it's just 640K, that is A-okay. Oh. Fancy. Diagnostics. That is the disk we want. Now I can wear out my fancy power switch some more. Hopefully I don't have it set up in a way that would lead to data corruption. Jeez. Let's make a racket. Let us resume. Look at it go. Anyway, memory size error. Yeah, I know. Continuing. Is it the 8th? It's the 9th right now. You are wrong. It's right now it thinks it's 2:25. It is 2:25. How did you get a day off? Huh. Alright. That is correct. Alright. Blah 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 blah. Yup. Yup. Yep. No. Alright. Now I got it configured to 640K. Expansion memory size, I have no idea, but it doesn't count it, that's for sure, so. Alright, now it's gonna reset. Hopefully, we'll boot with all that glorious memory. All 640K of it. Beep boop bop. There we go. It's not throwing any errors right now, and it's gonna beep loudly into my ear. Now we're gonna boot from the hard drive right into my DOS. So, cool thing. Whoa. I mainly got that board just so I could do this. Whoa, dude, it's got memory to spare. Who knew that a game as primitive and choppy and crap would actually require 640K of RAM? Cool. I'm just gonna make some loud noises into my ears. Yes, it is. I wonder if it's gonna run slow. No, it runs pretty good. Oh. Don't mind me playing with one hand here. I don't know how to play this game. I think there's another game I had that installed on here that requires 640K. No. Ooh, listen to that hard drive go. I love that. That's a lot of stuff. Jill already ran on here, but it ran like crap. Flight Simulator, same. Pretty much everything on here doesn't require 640K. Anyway. Yeah, I think that'll be about it for this video. I'll make another video on the AT slow utility, just for the heck of it. Maybe eventually throw a sound card in here. I was thinking about, let me do the park, Universal Park program, parking my hard drive heads. Doesn't that board look great in there? It's not being used to its full potential because I don't know how to, but it sure can just look nice. Anyway, I think that's about it for part 3 of getting the AT going. Even though it's already going, doesn't need to be getting going anymore, but I want it to.